Add-ons are dead at midnight. That's what everyone's been saying. Well, I've been testing what add-ons can do since alpha, and I'm here to tell you they were wrong. Very wrong. If you want to know exactly what's still possible with add-ons at midnight and how to build a clean, competitive UI for the new expansion, you're in the right place. For those who haven't been following the drama, WoW experiencing the biggest add-on shakeup in the game's history with Midnight. Blizzard is locking down all combat-related API calls. We're talking wikers, tracking spell cooldowns on mobs, parsing combat log information, and playing the game for you name it. I explained the situation in my previous video, link to the description if you're interested, but here's the TLDR. Blizzard wants to eliminate the mandatory add-on problem while keeping customization possible. The question everyone's been asking is, can we still make UIs that are just as clean and informative? I performed a full single room metery test run on beta with my custom UI to find out, and honestly, I was shocked. Let's start with cooldown tracking, because this is where players look at a lot trying to perfect their rotations. Turns out, cooldown management enhancement add-ons can replicate about 90% of what those popular weaker packs were doing. I'm talking about icon sizes, paddings, alignment, visibility options, all of it. Dots aspiring naturally come with glow around them, and you can also add sound alerts for dots when pandemic and spells when available. One thing I dislike the most is default glowing overlay when an ability is active. IMO that should be separated from tracked buffs, which is the whole purpose of the section. Next, unit frames. I gotta say, unit frame add-ons are still there. We can still remove things that are not related to combat, such as portrait and level text. Since most players use separate power bars anyway, you can choose to hide them as well. Customization is still possible to some extent, such as health text formatting and health bar recovering. Blizzard is developing a native solution they're calling a unit frame template, where you can position relevant information freely around your frames without add-ons. This could be huge if they nail this, since it could reduce our dependencies on add-ons even further while giving us the control we actually need. Now here's the big one everyone was worried about. Nameplates. Nameplate performance is crucial for high-end content. Luckily, most of the customization options are still there. Size, font, colors, locations. The in-game stacking behavior is not working properly though, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. So what exactly did we lose in Midnight? With combat information related features such as scripting and modding in player gutted, creature/spell renaming and conditional recoloring based on combat logic is no longer possible. So you can't rename something like free examples to bolt anymore, and you can change an enemy's nameplate to some other color when an enemy is casting a specific spell. It is a nerf to add-on helping players making decisions, but this is exactly the purpose of add-on pruning in Midnight. Last thing is boss mods. Blizzard will be releasing their own raid timeline feature in Midnight, and add-ons like Bigwigs can only change how it looks without reading or parsing its information. The core functionality that makes boss mods is still intact. You will still get your pull timers and mechanic warnings. The voice alerts can't be telling players what to do besides merely indicating that something is coming. Now let's talk about what still needs work and simply not achievable currently on the beta. First, Damage Meter add-on is not available on our beta right now. As an important means to test out how strong classes are, I honestly cannot imagine that this is not released with beta. Hopefully Blizzard releases Damage Meter at least before beta Mythic Plus testing next week. Nameplate stacking behavior is still wonky week 1 of beta, and given its current state, I cannot imagine anyone playing like this going to more like extensive testing. So hopefully it is addressed ASAP. Party and raid frame customization is the elephant in the room. Customizations like moving buffs or player names around are technically still possible, but current raid frame add-ons are not Midnight compatible since most add-on authors are still waiting for Blizzard to finalize their API implementations. Aura filtering being able to show only relevant buffs and debuffs is still quote-unquote under consideration by Blizzard. I know this is a deal breaker for a lot of healers, and frankly, aura filtering is one of the major reasons a lot of players use add-ons in the first place. Blizzard has acknowledged our needs and concerns, but as of right now, it is not addressed yet. So bottom line, can you still build a clean, competitive UI in Midnight? Absolutely yes. Will it be exactly the same as your current retail UI? Well, no. You will need to focus on making your own decisions instead of add-ons making them for you. But here's the thing, most information is still there. You will still have cooldown tracking, customizable frames, resource bars, nameplates, and boss mods. As class rotations are simplified, players should have an easier time reacting to mechanics without adding add-ons doing them for you. So add-ons aren't dead in Midnight. They're just different. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. We're keeping customization while eliminating the add-on arms race that was getting out of hand anyway. If you want to see more Midnight UI content, hit that subscribe button for more UI and add-on videos. Drop a comment and let me know what UI element you're most worried about in Midnight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.